Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, does Romeo Lacoste actually have a pattern of behavior where he's inappropriate with underage girls? And is he gonna face some sort of legal ramifications of these actions if they do exist? We're going to find out in just a little bit. But first, as always, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive. And in these videos, we look at the tea with the tarot. And as always, these are meant to be helpful, not hateful. So if you're down with that, join the family and let's get right into this. So, Romeo Lacoste, I'm sure y'all have heard all about this already. He's a very well-known tattoo artist. He's done work for big-name YouTubers. He's done work for celebrities as well. And I want to say it was about last year, maybe a year ago, that he got called out for allegedly having some inappropriate behavior with minors. Since then, I believe he's kept somewhat of a low profile, and not many people have heard a whole lot about it since then. Haven't really been too invested into it until lately, the last couple of days, sometime last week, I believe. There was a leaked video that looked like it was some kind of a video call, Skype call, FaceTime, something like that, where it seems as if, possibly, allegedly, Romeo may have shown some sensitive areas of himself to a girl who at the time was either 15 or 16 years old, either way, certainly under 18 years old. And now a lot has resurfaced. I believe Keemstar on Drama Alert has been on top of this lately and will probably stay on top of this because, as I understand it, he doesn't like Romeo Lacoste at all. So, I just want to know, is this true? Does he actually have some kind of a pattern of inappropriate behavior with underage girls? And I want to know, what, if anything, will come of this if the cards will tell us that. Sometimes the cards stay out of stuff because it's not our business, and sometimes the cards are like, well, it's not your business, but we'll still give you a little something, something. So we're going to take a look into it anyway. Here we go. Let's jump right in. So let me go ahead and shuffle these. Of course, I shuffled them already before the video started, but I always like to shuffle in front of the camera so y'all can see that I'm actually mixing stuff up. If I knew any cool card tricks, I'd do them, but I don't. I don't. So, hopefully y'all have all had a very good Valentine's Day, and today is President's Day in the United States for any of y'all who may have a holiday from that. I do have a holiday today from work for that. I'm very grateful. So, let's see here. Alright, first question first. Does Romeo, and of course, once again, everything in this video is all alleged. Everything in this video is for entertainment only. So there we go. We're not claiming that any of this is fact. We're just reading some tarot cards. Alrighty, so does Romeo allegedly have a pattern of inappropriate behavior with underage girls? Let's see what we got here as the cards go jumping all over the place. That's just an interesting thing to see here. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is already kind of getting started talking about talking about the girl who released the video chat footage between he and her. This is already starting to talk about that. So I imagine it'll expand on our broader question, but it's wanting to start out talking about that specifically, so we'll go with that. He right now is feeling like, like, how dare you? I thought we had something, like we felt a little something for each other. And here you go taking something away from me, like, here you go backstabbing, here you go doing crap, and I trusted what we had was cool. That's kind of how he's feeling right now. With the Judgment card in reverse, obviously that means there's a lot of judgment against him right now. That social media in general is not having this. They're not having it. They're not liking it. They're not having it. He's being harshly judged right now. With the Magician in reverse, this is interesting. This means that, okay, let me put it into perspective. I think that when people get into situations like what he's in right now, either they start trying to cover things up, or they start trying to lash out, or they start trying to figure out how to do damage control and clean things up. This is saying he doesn't have the means to do that. So whether it is he's trying to hide it under the rug, whether it is he's trying to do any kind of cease and desists, whether it is, whatever kind of damage control he's after right now, it's not going to be very successful for him. He's not going to have what it takes to actually quiet this issue. This issue is out there and it's going to be talked about, and there's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do about that. This is the Lover's card, which is funny. Because the card right next to it, both cards right next to it, elaborate on this. The Eight of Swords in reverse is saying that somebody sees themselves as a victim in this when they're not actually a victim. Romeo Lacoste. And then with the Empress in reverse, this is showing signs of some feminine energy, so some female, some woman, some girl that is in a disadvantaged position here. So as it relates to the Lover's card, what I'm looking at here is that she's the one that was actually the person that I guess should have been protected, because if you're under 18 in the US, you're considered a child, and so anything like this that goes on is seen as not being your fault because you're a child. You're not of age to consent to anything of a sexual nature. And so this is showing that she's actually the one that of the two would be victimized, but someone here sees themselves as a victim when they're not really a victim. So interesting that Romeo is seeing himself as a victim. Again, going back to this card with the like, what, how we had something here. How could you share that, So he's seeing himself as a victim here. Yeah, interesting. So anyway, let's further this conversation a little bit. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting because here we have two kings, the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles, both of which are reversed, and right smack dab in the middle we have the Moon in reverse. This is referring to Romeo and Keemstar and what they're going through right now in terms of the two of them not liking each other. And Keemstar is trying to kind of bring light to a situation. It looks as if Romeo is trying to resist him bringing light to the situation, which, I mean, that's to be expected. With the Moon card in reverse, though, that means more's going to come out about this. That means expose, secrets revealed. He's already, Keemstar and whoever else, has already shed some light on this. And there is the possibility that more will come from this. That this isn't the last that we've heard of this. So that's interesting. I wonder what that's going to refer to. I wonder what we're going to see play out there. There's also money involved in this. Here's 2 money cards right here. And I'm kind of confused about that. What I could guess at is here when we're looking at the King of Wands in reverse, we're talking about Romeo, and when we're looking at the King of Pentacles in reverse, we're talking about Keemstar. So having 2 more Pentacles cards here, to me, would suggest that this is referring to Keemstar. So what I see from this is Keemstar is going to actually make money by making more Romeo content, that when he makes content on Romeo, he does make money off of that, and that he's hoping that'll kind of go somewhere. So interestingly enough, some of Keemstar's outrage, allegedly, I'm not going to say all, but allegedly, some of Keemstar's outrage is maybe less about being outraged against what is happening and more because his outrage gets views and his views gets him money. So interestingly enough, I'm glad he's bringing attention to something, if it's something that's illegal and immoral and needs to have attention brought to it. And I'm sure there's a part of him that's bringing it to light for that reason. But this is wanting to say, hey, Keemstar does have some financial reasons of why he's wanting to go down this route too, which is a little bit, that kind of doesn't sit well. But it is what it is, that... Honestly, with Keemstar, he does talk about money and fame and stuff a lot, so it makes sense that would be one of his priorities here, I don't know. So, okay, let's just build on to this in terms of, does Romeo have a pattern with this behavior? Or is this some kind of a... All right, did this come out? All right, this came out in reverse. All right. All right. How many times am I going to say all right? Damn. Okay. Woo! Ooh. I am curious about that. Okay. All right. So, what we're seeing here is... we've got clouded judgment going on right here that's going to keep people from being able to move forward in the way that they're wanting to move forward. With the Queen of Cups, we're finding that this is going to be to a woman or multiple women / girls. This is an emotional thing. This is an emotional issue, which suggests to me, allegedly, that yes, there are more victims, survivors, whatever you're wanting to call them here. I do see that there's more than just this one girl and whoever it was that was, brought this issue up last year. Or there's more. I see that there's more. Allegedly, that there's more that have gone through inappropriate stuff with him. That's what I'm seeing here. With the Hierophant being in reverse and the 8 of Wands being in reverse, this doesn't look good because... How do I put this? Okay, the Hierophant cards sometimes can be like a Pope card. Here you have this guy looking like the Pope holding up the 2 fingers for a blessing, sitting here reigning over these people kind of like God. So with it being in reverse, that's kind of saying the opposite of what someone of that nature would want, the opposite of God's plan. That this gets iffy when you're talking about it this way, but do you get what I'm saying? Something happening that's not blessed by the universe. It's not blessed by the morals and ethics out there. That, you know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. So this is if I'm seeing allegedly that this is a pattern of behavior, yeah, it's a pattern of reckless, amoral, unethical behavior. And it's an emotional thing for these girls / women. I'm seeing the 8 of Wands in reverse, which to me Eight of Wands a lot of times is about communication. Seeing it in reverse, that's making me look for exposed DMs, exposed text messages, you know, things where communication between people are exposed. So I'm looking to see some more correspondence from folks. I'm looking to see that more things are going to come to light in terms of the communications. I think we're going to find more instances of people sharing DMs or texts or some kind of correspondence or communication between people and Romeo. I think more of that's going to come. These cards, interesting. I want to know more about the Tower, and let me pull some clarifiers on that before we get to discussing these two. Ooh, this card. Come on now. Huh. Okay. Woo! We got him jumping here. Oh, we got him jumping here. Okay. Let me just try to push these all around. Let me get one more clarification card on this here. Okay, so with this, obviously the Emperor right here is referring to Romeo Lacoste, and it's saying he will go through the Tower moment. The Tower moment is a big deal because that means, especially when it's in the upright position, things in your life are gonna kind of crumble down some, allegedly. That things you're gonna experience issues related to this. So it's a moment where it's like, oh, the sky's falling, things start crumbling down, things aren't going the way I planned, crap, this is a big deal and this is a huge disruption to my life. That's what I'm seeing. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, he's going to lose money from this. With the Strength card in reverse, he's going to lose strength from this. He's going to lose strength in his arguments. He's going to lose strength in his, like, he's going to feel, you know, kind of weaker, in that he's going to feel the brunt of all these hits, and that weakens a person. That, you know, that can really wear a person down. He's going to see some issues in his career. People are going to, for example, boycott his services and things like that. So he's going to see issues with being able to really get to move forward in his career. He's going to see people who, let's see, how do we put this? Business agreements, associations, maybe sponsorships, partnerships, things like that, collaborations. He's going to see that stuff go down too. He's going to get hit in a lot of very hard ways as a result of this. So I do see this. I do see this as being a pattern of behavior. I do see Keemstar bringing attention to it, which is good, but some of his intentions are monetarily driven, which sucks. But I do see Romeo Lacoste taking a bit of a hard hit with this in ways that it actually does impede some of his ability to make money, have a career, have a name, feel good and strong within himself. So yeah, this is interesting. Let me go ahead and pull these up and reshuffle so I can get at our second question, because I've been talking for 18 minutes now, and I know we want to get into the second question. I don't know what will come of this second question, but any information is better than no information, so hey, we'll take a look at it. So, alright, little card, getting eager on us, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Alrighty, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Why not one more shuffle? The good luck, huh? Why not? Alrighty, what we got here? What we got here? So, the second question was, will Romeo face any legal action in the future related to this alleged pattern here? Will he face any kind of legal action against him in the future as a result of this alleged pattern? let's see, as these cards get all kind of discombobulated up in here. Oh, how many chins did I have just then? Oh, lovely. So, did y'all just see that thing fly out? Did y'all just see that? Here we have the Knight of Pentacles again. We just had it, but it was in reverse a second ago. So, y'all saw me shuffle now. Y'all saw me shuffle. A lot of times we'll get repeat cards. Even if there's 78 cards up in here, we'll get repeat cards because all of these things are linked. Are they not? Are they not tied together? So, interesting. Interesting. I am quite curious about that. Oop, 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 come on. Okay, so this is interesting because here, this is the slowest knight in all of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles, but when he's in the upright position, he may be slow, but he's a winner. So he may take a little while to get there, but he always gets there. And he gets there in a way that benefits him and, you know, where he comes out on top. With the Ten of Wands upright, this is saying that there will be a burden to bear, lots of extra responsibility and things on your plate to bear, but that it'll be worth it. Here we have the Justice card, but we have it upright. We have it upright. And since I asked a question about legal action, when I ask a question about legal action, if I'm fortunate enough to pull the Justice card, it is referring just explicitly about outcomes and legal action. And for it to be upright, this is curious because this would make it seem that whatever legal action may or may not get brought against Romeo, that he will actually have good chances, which is, you know, it's just kind of hard to think of that he would actually have good chances in it. You know, it's not something that's in reverse where it's like automatically, boom, anything he tries will fail, he's going to prison, you know, allegedly. It's saying kind of the opposite. So we're going to have to dig into that in a second. We're going to dig into more of that. But I do see, once again, a loss of money, a loss of income, suffering like that. But as it goes through, here's a page, here's a messenger, someone that brings a message, and the message is the Six of Swords upright, which is moving from rough waters, oh Lord, rough waters to calmer waters. So it makes it look like Romeo might have kind of a hard fight to fight, but that he'll be able to successfully get from rougher waters into smoother waters, and he may even come out on top legally. That's interesting. Let me pull. Are we sure? Hold on. Coming out sideways. Let me toss it again. Came out upright. Okay. Okay. We'll take it for what it is. I mean, I second guessed it just to be sure, but no, it's meant to be upright. Let me ask some clarifiers on this. Huh. Woo! We got a flying card here. We got a flying card here. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, clarifiers on the Justice card being upright. Here we have something that's basically saying this isn't going to be necessarily a wish come true. We're not saying that this is like some easy thing, and that this is he gets exactly what he hopes for, exactly what he wishes for, because he doesn't. And in fact, he has a hard time still based on his collaborations with other people, correspondence with other people, communication with other people, that there are going to be difficulties that he has to go through, and things that don't turn out well for him. We already saw the Tower card in the last one. So all of those things are true. However, we still get the Ace of Cups, which is basically like a new beginning emotionally, or an emotional kind of gift from the universe, which is again with the Hierophant, the two of those connected. So this is interesting. Let me pull some more on this. I want more clarification on this. This is curious. What the hell? Okay. Again, this is all just allegedly. We're just pulling cards for entertainment. What I see here, we have the High Priestess card in reverse, the Two of Pentacles upright, Page of Cups in reverse, and then the Death card upright. So what it's looking like here is that somebody's going to be lying. Somebody's going to be lying. Money is going to exchange hands. Emotionally immature people will be caught in this, and then it's over. The Death card here means it's over, it's done, we're not beating a dead horse, it's ended, over. So this almost reads like somebody's lying, somebody's being dishonest, somebody's being untrustworthy, and they're going to be able to pay somebody off, allegedly, and that'll make it end. What that could possibly mean, I mean, there's a lot of things it could possibly mean, but for example, one of the things it could mean is that it's possible that people won't want to actually put a case out there against him, because of this whole dishonesty, untrustworthy kind of card. Something like that scares them off, or because they may not want to put a case against him because they feel that they're, too young and immature and on shaky ground. Or it could mean that he pays people off not to put something against them. Or it could mean that in a case where something does go against him, that he's able to settle outside of court, but that's a civil thing, not so much a criminal thing. But there could be, I don't know, there's something going on with somebody being dishonest and untrustworthy and kind of screwing over people in the mix that aren't quite completely emotionally developed yet. And I do see money swapping hands some kind of way. Don't know from who to who. Not going to make any allegations on that. But the Death card's like, over, done, ended. Why would this be done and over? What? Y'all, this is bizarre. I'm not so sure what we stepped into here. But there's a chance that Romeo Lacoste won't be held to the fire to the degree that most people want him to be. Like, sure, he's going to suffer financially, career-wise, and all of that from this. We saw that with that Tower card. But I don't know if he's going to legally suffer in a really, really strong way. Like, not in the way that I feel like most people want. Like, I think most people are like, take him to court, get him sentenced, and make him spend years in prison for what he's done. And I don't see that happening. maybe lesser consequences happen. Sure, we saw the Tower card and all of that. Certainly lesser consequences are on their way. But in terms of like a big, huge criminal case that sends him away for years and years, at least how the cards are right now, it looks like he would be able to avoid that. Now, cards are reading potentials. Cards are reading the potentials that have the most energy behind it. So if some people who are involved in this start to change their mind and put all of their energy behind something else, then it's possible this could change. But as it stands right now, it's not looking like he's going to be put away in prison for years. It's looking like he's going to be able to get out of the worst of it legally, the legal worst of it. I guess we'll see what all this is if we're privy to it. A lot of times if people are swapping money between hands to get out of something, we're not privy to that, are we? People hide that shit so tight, but we know it's going to happen. The death card, man. Woo! All right, well, the cards have spoken. So I guess we'll wait and see how it all plays out and see how much we're privy to versus how much we're not privy to. And if any of y'all would like a private reading for yourselves, I do those. Feel free to email me at beestalksandtarot, which right over here and linked below, and we can set up a private reading between us on video chat. So let me know. And if you want to like and subscribe, see more videos like this from me. A lot of the stuff I've been talking about and doing has already come true, so we'll just keep seeing what else comes true from here. And yeah, whew, this one's a big one. This one's a tough one. How do y'all feel about this? What do y'all think? I'm sure y'all know more about this situation than I do because, again, this was alleged. This was for entertainment. I don't know these people personally. So what are your thoughts about it? I'd like to know. I'd like to know what you know. If anybody knows a lot about this, what do you know? Fill us in the comments because I'd like to learn more. So, anywho, I reckon we'll check base again next time. Alrighty, y'all. Bye.